Hello, my name is Peter Flynn, and I'm the Director of Finance and Administrative Services for the Diocese of Fort Worth in Texas. I have been with the Diocese for 19 years, half as Director of Stewardship and Development and half as Chief Financial Officer. The present financial administrative strength of our diocese has evolved over the 23 years of Bishop Delaney's leadership through his collaborative approach to management. He has built a team of administrators and advisors that have expertise in their fields and have a clear understanding of what it means to be church. Bishop Delaney believes that the strength of the diocese is in the strength of its parishes, schools, and other agencies. The persons in the pews make everything possible through the acceptance of their call to be good stewards of time, talent, and treasure which God has entrusted to each of us. Bishop Delaney has asked each of us to share those talents in the service of the church. Just as each of us will be held accountable for how we use our time, talent, and treasure, so too must the diocese and its parishes and schools be accountable. Clear, comprehensive, and understandable financial information must be provided to every Catholic in the diocese. Parishes, schools, and especially the diocese must report how it used the time, talent, and treasure of its volunteers and supporters. Openness, honesty, and transparency are the key to sharing ownership with the members of our church. Our diocese has published an annual report for over 10 years. It contains the audit of the central office and the Catholic Foundation in North Texas, as well as totals of revenues and expenses for parishes and schools. Every penny associated with the entire diocese is contained in this report. It also has human interest stories of how parishioners are sharing their time and talents. It provides a vision and roadmap for where the diocese is going in the coming year and in the future. Even though the annual report contains a summary of facts and figures for all the parishes and schools, they too are encouraged to do a similar type of accountability report annually. Taking the advice of the Diocesan Finance Council, our diocese has a disciplined and conservative approach to budgeting. The annual budget revenues for the central office begin July 1, 2004, but those are determined on the actual cash received during the calendar year 2003. Using this method, the budget never projects anticipated giving, but only uses actual cash history. Expenses are always budgeted within the revenue figures. This way, we always have a surplus. The undesignated fund balance, which is held and invested in a quasi-endowment fund, is close to equaling our $9 million annual budget. This has been one of Bishop Delaney and the Finance Council's key goals. Another key budget point is that it must contain everything needed to run effectively. Therefore, we budget for maintenance, renewal and replacement of equipment, and other fixed assets. Knowing the life of the capital items and planning for their replacement is critical. By the way, we ask our parishes and schools to do the same, although I must admit that they have not been completely successful. Knowing the financial realities throughout the diocese is pivotal. Therefore, as a help and support mechanism, all parishes and schools run the same chart of accounts and use the same accounting software. Financial information is electronically downloaded to the diocese monthly and allows quick response should a problem be detected. Giving trends can be spotted and adjustments made quickly on all levels. For example, we were able to foresee a downturn in giving during the recent economic crisis and adjust our diocesan budget accordingly. Over the past 23 years, our diocese has grown tremendously. We have opened over 10 new parishes and built 4 new elementary schools. Our foundation has grown to over $36 million, and a large portion of both endowment and quasi-endowment funds are in support of parishes and schools. A significant portion of these funds came through bequests and other planned gifts. Our employee benefits are very good, and we continue to work to bring compensations to competitive levels with other nonprofits. The challenge is how to make this happen. The rubber meets the road at the parish level. It begins with the people in the pew embracing the church as their own. If they have ownership, they will work to make it succeed and provide the financial resources necessary. This is accomplished through collaboration, providing resources, and empowerment. Collaboration needs to be nurtured through consensus and using the talents of the large number of qualified parishioners for advisory groups in the parishes and schools and at the diocesan level. Resourcing is the key work of the diocesan offices. The parishes and schools need to see the diocesan departments as resource providers and not obstacles. Training, policies, procedures, and manuals can be seen as burdens, but done correctly by qualified people, they can be very enabling. For example, the Office of Stewardship and Development can easily get invited to parishes because they help them raise money. On the other hand, human resources and accounting are not always welcomed with open arms. I will admit that it is sometimes just as hard to convince the deliverer of these services as to convince the receiver that both need each other. Empowering is very important. Challenging the people in the pews to accept and exercise their call to discipleship is the first step. But they need to feel that they are an important part of what makes the entire community work. They need to feel that they belong and are valued. Remember that they are the stakeholders in the church. To sum up what I think has worked successfully in our diocese, we focus on strengthening the people in the pews and the local parish level. This builds a strong foundation on which the business and financial life of the diocese is built. More importantly, it enables us to fulfill our mission.